Aloha folks, and welcome to the Klipper Golf Course. Back again with the coach.
Aloha.
Coach? All right, so today we are back into our beginner series, and this is the episode on the 5 fundamentals. But before we head into that, let's talk a little bit about the golf club you got there in your hand, Coach.
Right, so I have an iron. This is the handle, this is the shaft. It connects it to the club head. This is the toe, the heel, the leading edge, and the face of the club. This is where we're trying to hit the golf ball, right in the middle of that. Okay. Fundamentals are pretty simple. I have a little system here I'll show you today. Left hand on the handle, top. Right hand on, there's 3 grip forms. There's the 10-finger grip, which most beginners come here with. Makes them feel comfortable with the club. The other that I use is overlapping, and I see a lot of professionals today interlocking like this. So basically 2 fingers on my left hand, on my right hand are holding the club, the 3 on my left. And from here, now I've got the club well secure, and that doesn't mean hanging on too tight.
Okay, I got a question.
Sure.
You know, you talked about the 3 types of grips.
Yes.
And I got a question about the first one, you know, the 10-finger grip or the baseball grip.
Right.
I know for myself, I've always taught kids to do it that way. Like when my kids first started swinging a golf club or holding onto a golf club, I said, put your hands together and your thumbs down, you know, because it's easy for them, right? And you say some adults like to just adopt that method as well. But is it advantageous for a child to do that or for an adult to do that? Or do you feel like a child, because they're maybe not as experienced in life as an adult, that's a simpler form for them to grab onto? Now you have an adult who's doesn't have as much time, you know, it's kind of picking up the game, but has a lot more years of experience behind them. Would it be more advantageous for them to get into the overlap or the interlock?
I think it has to do with strength in your arms and your hands. I've noticed that I can, you know, kind of move you into the overlap or interlock right away, and then you can't support the club at the top of your swing. Okay. So I would say arm strength, shoulder strength makes a big difference on how they grip the club in the beginning. For adults, very much so.
Okay, so
I
guess
arm strength.
Okay, I guess my question was, if someone said, okay, look, I just want to get started. Okay, I'm going to do the 10-finger grip, right? Now as they're progressing along, they say, I want to move over to an overlap. I want to move over to an interlock. Is it going to be challenging for them to adjust or move into the grip at that time?
Yes. The grip is probably the hardest fundamental for people to get comfortable with or to even appreciate. Starting with it correctly is number 1. That's why I always have it as number 1 in the fundamentals.
So I guess what you're saying then is at the point when they're learning their grip, they should decide what they want to work with.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Give them the choices like I do. I give them the choices in the beginning. They can kind of feel what works for them, and then we can move on to something later. Understood. I do work in series most of the time. I see people develop that understanding of this feels better, this works better, the shots are better. So let's stick with that. But it takes a few swings, maybe a few hours.
Okay, so I think that's a big one, folks. So if you're working with the child, if you're watching this video and going to apply it to your child doesn't possess the strength that the coach is talking about to support the club.
Right.
So start them off with that 10-finger grip, left hand on top, right hand on bottom, fingers together, thumbs down, okay? That'll help them get started. But if you're an adult and you're strong enough to support the club at the top and you're going to move into a interlock or an overlap, then start there. Don't start off with the 10-finger because there's going to be a learning curve when you transition. Okay, coach, take it from there.
And those learning curves are never any fun. So yes, I kind of encourage the overlap, interlock, and then the grip pressure is crucial. A lot of people think they're going to let go of the club when they're swinging it. So again, you want to get your hands stronger when you come to me. I normally get people a tennis ball to practice with, getting some strength in their hands. So when they hold the club, they don't have to strangle the club.
Got it.
And again, from there, let's go into the fundamentals. Okay, grip. Now I'm also stabilizing the club face. I don't want it closed, which is facing this way, or open this way. I want it square, is the word we use here in golf instruction. And from here, I'll bend from the waist and look at the camera, spread my feet the width of my hips. I've just gone through 5 fundamentals: grip, aim, stance, ball position, and posture. And then from here, we can start the sequences if you wish. Okay, this is the starting position. And here you want to keep a little movement in your swing as well, or your starting position, like a waggle. You don't want to get static here. This is position 0. Here's number 1, the backswing. Downswing to impact, 2. 3 is post-impact, 4 is follow through, and then 5 is back to the finish. And if you do that in one continuous motion, it looks like this.
Very nice, Coach.
And then you learn how to twirl later on in your career.
All right, so let's go over the 5 fundamentals again. We had the grip.
Grip.
And then came the stance.
Aim.
Aim, okay.
That's in the club face and also in my shoulders and my hips and my feet. I'm stacking those right up on top of each other.
Okay,
so they're parallel to the target.
All right.
Shoulders
so
not like this, hips not like this, or the feet. Yes, it's pretty much standard when you bend from the waist. You don't move anything. You just spread your feet.
Yep.
Bend from the waist, and now you're in that alignment, body alignment.
Got it.
And then the face is perpendicular on the ground.
Pointing at the target.
And the face is pointing at the target. The toe is pointing across from you, perpendicular.
Got it.
Now you're fundamental. Grip, aim, stance, ball position, posture. Nice. And when I work with you, I pretty much put you in that right from the start. There's no question. It's pretty simple to qualify those positions, and then just keep at it each time you get to me.
And the ball position, you got in the center of the stance?
With the iron, yes, in the middle.
Okay.
Now as I get to the longer clubs, the woods, which we haven't talked about yet, I'll move the ball forward.
Okay. But to get started, put it in the middle?
Yes.
Okay, and then how about posture, you know? How do they find themselves in the right posture?
Well, basically this system that I've come up with and a few other professionals, everybody's built differently. So you're getting into an athletic posture. Basically, you feel yourself in a position of, I want to say, athleticness, that you can't be pushed over or you can't fall forward. So it's basically a stable position you get from your lower body, your hips, and you have a little spine angle tilt. You can see that my body's in this position, so I can twist and turn around my spine. I don't want to fall forward or fall back. You build that through the sequences too. It may change in the beginning where you find yourself getting more athletic with the golf swing.
Right.
You may be athletic in other things you do, hiking, running, or whatever other sport you're playing.
So maybe you're kind of saying be in a ready position. You don't want to be too relaxed and you don't want to be too stiff, but you're ready to go.
You're athletic, right.
Okay, athletic and ready to go. Okay, great. Well, so we talked about the 5 fundamentals.
Yes.
And we talked about the 5 sequences. And if you still need to learn more about that, you have more questions, go ahead and leave comments for us. We'll do our best to get back to you. Or give us a call, 808-254-2107. Ask to speak with the coach and we'll put you in touch with him and you can ask him for yourself. All right? Aloha, and we'll see you at the Klipper.
Thank you.